They call it the most wonderful time of the year. I call it the annual stress test. You spend 11 months avoiding these people and then for one day you're locked in a house with them, armed with alcohol and decades of resentment. Today we're looking at a Christmas speedrun. We've got a father who thinks cruelty is comedy. We've got a turkey so dry it's a choking hazard. We've got a literal fistfight over politics. But stick around for the final file. Because after the shouting stops and the drunk uncle passes out, one man decides that is the perfect moment to propose to his girlfriend. Spoiler alert, it doesn't end with a kiss. It ends with the kind of silence that haunts you forever. Let's open the files.
I'm the guy who actually tries. I'm 26, I have a decent job, and this year I dropped about $500 on gifts. I got my mom that expensive perfume she likes, got my sister a Switch game, and I got my dad a really nice leather toolkit for his bike. We sit down to open presents. Everyone is ooh-ing and ah-ing. I hand Dad his gift. He opens it, smiles, says thanks, kid, and puts it aside. No big reaction. That's fine. He's a quiet guy. Then he hands me a heavy box. It's wrapped in 3 layers of duct tape. It takes me 5 minutes to cut through it with a knife while he sits there giggling. Literally giggling. I finally get it open. It's a bag of Kingsford charcoal. I look at him. He's slapping his knee. Get it? Coal? Because you've been naughty. I'm 26 years old. I stare at him and ask, is there something else? He wipes a tear from his eye and says, no. That's the joke. Look at your face. He didn't get me anything else. He spent $12 on charcoal to humiliate me in front of the family because he thought it would be a viral moment. I stood up, took the leather toolkit back, walked out to my car, and drove home. My phone blew up with texts calling me the buzzkill.
It's just a prank bro defense. The last refuge of a man who has nothing to offer but irritation. He wanted a reaction. He got one. Just not the one he wanted. But at least that guy got to leave. In our next file, the doors are locked and the guilt trip is just beginning.
The mood was already weird when we sat down. My mom has this thing where she acts like a martyr every holiday. If she isn't suffering, it isn't Christmas. She brings out the turkey. It looks gray. My dad starts carving it, and the meat is crumbling like sawdust. It's so dry that when I took a bite, it literally sucked the moisture out of my mouth. I had to chug water just to swallow. Nobody says anything. We're all terrified of her. We're just chewing in silence. The sound of dry chewing is loud. Then, my sister's boyfriend, bless his heart, he's new, tries to be polite. He goes, wow, very distinct texture, Mrs. H. That was the trigger. Mom drops her fork. It clatters on the plate. She puts her face in her hands and starts sobbing. Not crying. Sobbing. I slaved over this for 6 hours. Nobody appreciates me. It's ruined. Christmas is ruined. She runs to the bedroom and slams the door. My dad just sighs, looks at the boyfriend, and says, eat the turkey, son. Or she'll hear that you stopped. So we sat there for 20 minutes, forcing down this meat gravel while my mom wailed in the next room.
Emotional blackmail is a holiday staple. But honestly, I'll take the crying. Crying is passive. Crying stays in the bedroom. What happens when the passive aggression turns active? What happens when the tension at the table snaps?
I knew it was coming. My aunt is hardcore left-wing. My cousin is hardcore right-wing. Usually, they just sneer at each other. But this year, the alcohol was flowing early. We're at the table. The turkey, which was actually okay, is half eaten. My cousin makes a comment about tax dollars. My aunt makes a comment about bootlickers. The volume goes up. Suddenly they're standing. My grandma is trying to say grace, but nobody can hear her over the screaming match about immigration policy. My cousin points a finger in my aunt's face. She slaps his hand away. He shoves her. She picks up a bowl of mashed potatoes, warm, buttery potatoes, and flings the entire thing at him. It misses him and hits the wall behind him with a wet thwack. But the spoon? The spoon hits him in the forehead. He grabs a dinner roll and beans her with it. Suddenly, it's World War III. Everyone is standing up. My dad is trying to hold my cousin back. A glass of wine gets knocked over onto the white carpet. It looks like a crime scene. I'm just sitting there, shielding my plate, eating as fast as I can before the gravy boat becomes a projectile.
There is something primal about throwing food. It's the breakdown of civilization. But chaos breeds opportunity. While the rest of the family was distracted by the potato wars, one man saw his moment to shine. Entered the drunk uncle.
So the political fight is dying down. People are cleaning up potatoes. My aunt is crying in the kitchen. Then there's my Uncle Dave. Dave has been drinking whiskey since 10 a.m. He's completely checked out of reality. While everyone was fighting, Dave was staring at the turkey carcass in the center of the table. Suddenly, Dave stands up. He wobbles. He points at the turkey skeleton and yells, "You think you're better than me?" The room goes silent. We all look at Dave. He takes off his blazer. He rolls up his sleeves. He gets into a boxing stance. "Come on then. Let's go." He throws a right hook at the turkey carcass. He connects. Bones crunch. Grease flies everywhere. But Dave loses his balance. He falls forward, face first, right into the mashed potato remnants and the turkey bones. The table tilts. The whole thing collapses. Dave is on the floor, covered in grease, wrestling the turkey skeleton like it's an alligator. He looks up at us, mashed potatoes in his eyebrows, and says, "I think I got him."
At this point you assume the day is done. The police should be called. The house should be condemned. But no, the human ego is a resilient thing. Amidst the wreckage of the food fight, the sobbing mother, and the uncle wrestling a dead bird, my next file shows us a man with zero situational awareness. A man who thought, yes, this is the perfect atmosphere for romance.
I still can't believe this happened. I get secondhand PTSD just thinking about it. It's 8 p.m. The table is broken. Uncle Dave is passed out on the sofa. My aunt and cousin aren't speaking. My mom is aggressively vacuuming the carpet where the wine spilled. The vibe is apocalyptic. My brother, Kevin, taps his glass with a spoon. Ding ding ding. Nobody looks. He does it again. "Everyone? Can I have your attention?" My mom turns off the vacuum. She looks exhausted. "What, Kevin? What is it?" Kevin pulls his girlfriend, Sarah, into the center of the room. Sarah looks terrified. She knows. You can see it in her eyes, she's pleading with him telepathically to stop. He drops to one knee. Right there. On the wine-stained carpet, 3 feet away from the sleeping drunk uncle. "Sarah," he says. "Even though today was crazy, it made me realize that I want to go through life's crazy moments with you. Will you marry me?" Silence. Dead silence. The only sound is Uncle Dave snoring. Sarah stares at him. She looks around at the wreckage of our family. She looks at the broken table. She looks back at Kevin. She whispers, but in the silence, it sounded like a scream. "Kevin, are you serious right now? Look around you." Kevin smiles, totally oblivious. "I know, but..." "No," she says. Louder this time. "No. I'm not doing this here. I'm going to my parents' house." She grabbed her coat and walked out the front door. Kevin stayed on one knee for a solid 10 seconds, holding the ring out to an empty room. My dad finally broke the silence. He cracked a beer and said, "Well, who wants pie?"
And that is why we drink. There is no justice for Kevin. Only the memory of a knee stained with wine and a heart stained with rejection. If your Christmas was bad, just remember, at least you didn't fight a turkey and you didn't get dumped in front of a vacuuming mother. If you have a holiday horror story, leave it in the comments. I read everything. Until next time, stay sane.